Morning fellas, welcome back to another Villa on Tour video. Today we are back with the second episode of the new series that we have decided to call Villa on Talk. Very inventive. I think a couple of people left it in the YouTube comments, so well done for that. We've chosen them. It's not the most inventive name in the world, but you know, we'll go with
Keeps
it.
Keeps it,
yeah. You see, Villa on Tour, Villa on Talk. Very clever. Now, coming up in this video, we'll be reviewing the Bournemouth game, talking through the team selection and in particular the full-back situation, new look Villa Park with all the new additions there, Glenn Whelan moving to Hearts, TalkSport hammering Tyrone Mings, and the racial abuse suffered by Tammy Abraham in the Super Cup. You've got to start with the main talking point.
The main talking point. It's not to do with me. It's
to do with my haircut. Now you might see that it's very, very short, and yesterday, if you've watched the video, which you haven't, if you haven't already watched, go and watch that after this one. Yeah, I went to the hairdressers, you know, the barbers, and it was like, it took a lot off, so I wore a hat yesterday just to, you know, keep it on the low down. But then Dan Bardell piped up and said he's received a lot of stick for wearing caps in a video, and what was my experience wearing it. Basically, I just wore it because I didn't want to get abused for the short haircut, but I'm going with it today. But I'm going to leave a poll, actually. Let me know what is worse, me wearing a cap or Dan Bardell's jeans.
The white stripe down the side.
I'm not saying anything, but poll up there, let me know. Right. Forget that. The main talking point we're going to go through, reviewing the Bournemouth game. Second defeat in 2 games. What did you make of it?
The only reason we looked good in the second half was because Bournemouth completely took their foot off it. First 15 minutes they battered us. Their wingers were getting at us a lot. But the way I saw our game was over within 45 seconds.
Well, the atmosphere was good. The mosaic, the
atmosphere was absolutely rocking.
Yeah, it was good until about 42 seconds in. Now let's talk about that Tom Heaton mistake.
So I've had to watch it back, and I think we're all just a bit lazy with what's going on. And then I can't remember, was it Wilson who got slipped in? I can't remember.
Fraser put it through to Wilson.
Yeah, and I think he's hesitated.
He has. You can see the point.
And they just stuck a leg out, and it's like.
I thought, when I saw him in real time as well, I thought he's got enough time there to go with his hands and like just go and like claim it. But you can see, like when you watch it back, there's a moment of hesitation. Rushing to the head well. Yeah, he does. Yeah, and you know it was an awful error. I don't know what he's trying to do.
It just sets the tone for the rest of the game. He knows, everyone knows that. But
and then for the rest of the 89 minutes, we've got a deficit and a mountain to climb. But it got worse with the Luiz thing. I think in that 10-minute spell, they're all over us. To be fair, and Luiz steps over the ball. I've got no idea why, because there was no Villa player around him.
See, I don't know if he's had a shout or what. I don't know if he thought it was easier than. But I mean, I hate being critical of anyone, but I thought that incident. I think Trezeguet was pottering about on the ball a little bit too much.
We got out of it.
We said he could have smacked it up field somewhere. I don't know, but that was 2-0 and that was game over quite comfortably.
Yeah, it was a bit of a jammy strike from Wilson. Came off a big deflection. But then again, that's 2-0, 10 minutes in. And
your head's down then.
Absolutely, yeah. I think Dean Smith in his post-match interview said that mistakes cost us, and I fully agree with him. I think there's a comment here from the Villa Boys from Aston on Twitter. It says, need to talk about the mistakes. In this league, they cost us, and we have far too many of them at the moment. Need to get rid of the mistakes and build more team playing, passing more and communicating rather than trying to dribble out of our own half and getting into trouble.
That seemed to happen a lot yesterday.
I think he must have told them to do that, not to just
that's not just a natural.
You sort of expect that from Dean Smith. He's going to try and get out of it.
And you saw 2 or 3 times when Mings tried to lump it forward, it just went straight through. I mean, it worked at Tottenham, but it's not going to work. No. It's not going to work.
Towards the end of the first half, we grew into it. McGinn had a couple of chances, a few speculative ones from the edge of the box, but we weren't. The Bournemouth keeper didn't have too many big saves to make.
No, there was the one. I think he just fell to him. He had to hit it on the half volley, but it was straight at him. Being really critical, he could have hit it elsewhere, but
I think
just a hit the moment thing.
Yeah, there wasn't too many big chances, but I think Philip Billing, the sending off, their big central midfielder, he got booked, fair enough. But then I think McGinn was on the counter-attack in the middle of the park. He gets dragged down, and Martin Atkinson doesn't even give a free kick. And they didn't even talk about that on Match of the Day either. Didn't even see it.
I was going to mention about the referee yesterday. I thought, when I said Martin Atkinson, I thought, oh, he's been in the job about 400 years. I thought, oh, we might be okay. I'll say no more.
Yeah, he wasn't great. He got booed after at half time.
He also blew the whistle for half time when we had a corner.
And as a result, Billing got subbed off at half time, which is probably fair enough because it was imminent that he was going to get sent off. But going on to the second half, we had about 60% of the ball in the whole game. So, especially in the second half, it was our game. I don't remember Bournemouth, apart from like the last 10 minutes, having any clear-cut chances or Heaton.
I think they were just quite content with.
Yeah, and that's fair enough because
they snuck another one. They wanted to absorb the pressure of it. I think it was a case of they couldn't let the pressure die down, but we just didn't threaten enough.
Oh, we had all the ball. I just think in the final third, it just wasn't really happening. El Ghazi was offside about 60 times in the game, which was really, really frustrating. Should we come on to Grealish?
Yeah, we'll go on to Grealish. He's not shown what he can yet. Not trying to just slate him. McGinn seems to have settled in comfortably. I mean, he still has a little issue. He can't just back into players for fun. I think Ake was just causing him and Wesley a lot of issues for that. Grealish, I don't know what he's trying. He's trying to take players on, but I don't know. I'm not really too sure. I'm sure it'll grow.
There was a stat that said he created about 6 chances, which was the most in the Premier League or something along those lines. But from watching the game, you wouldn't have thought that. But you know, I think there's an element as well that he's immune from being taken off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I know there wasn't major options on the bench. You look at Horahan, is that the only real one we had coming on? But I think there is an element of him not coming off the pitch, and I think we need to get rid of that because you've got to be ruthless.
You have to, yeah. Just that was our issue. There wasn't anyone. I was saying this about 56 minutes. There was nothing really to come on and light things up because Jota. That's now 2 games in a row where he's not shown a lot. And if you've got Trezeguet just bombing at people, you're not going to have anyone that's going to match that.
In terms of the chances, I think Grealish had a header, didn't he, that he really should have scored.
Yeah, I was talking to someone on the train about that.
That
was a massive chance.
Yeah, Wesley as well had a penalty shout, went to VAR. Wasn't a penalty for me. Let's talk about Wesley actually.
Wesley, so I had a lot of praise for Wesley. I thought he played his role very well. I think I seen on Twitter someone, it might have been Greg Evans, rated him 5.5.
Which was one of the lowest.
Yeah, which I don't get. And
no.
He was rating Taylor and stuff higher. I thought Wesley, I thought he held it up really well. He won most of his aerial battles. He didn't do a lot in front of goal, but the problem was he didn't really get the chances.
I don't think the wingers helped him either.
No, a lot of the times where Wesley did get a chance was when Elmo had the ball on the right. He just kind of just looped it in, and it was always just like a soft header to the keeper. I had nothing to attack really.
I think people are expecting him to be this Abraham role and be the fox in the box, but he does his job well. He comes deep and he holds the ball, he moves it on. I don't think the wingers helped him.
He's one of them, like we said at Tottenham, everyone else has got to play their part. He's not going to be the one that scores 25 goals this season. He's going to do all the hard work, and the others should be the ones scoring. He might bag himself a few, but it should...
I'd be surprised if he got 10.
Yeah, I'm not expecting that much. I believe the others will match him though, if he does all the difficult work. Yeah. Like you saw how many times McGinn had chances yesterday.
He's got to step up, yeah. Grealish as well has got to start scoring. I know he got an assist yesterday, but he's got to start scoring. Douglas Luiz. In the first half, I thought he liked to play the game at his own tempo. He was a little bit slow, gave the ball away a few times. Obviously, he was at fault for the second goal. But that goal...
Oh, it's a very, very good strike. I remember, I think British knocked it to him, and it almost looked like a free kick. I think all the Bournemouth players just stopped in almost like a line, and he just bent it round him. I think I don't know what he's done to it, but it's a very good strike. I was looking forward to seeing him playing. I mean, I wasn't particularly impressed in the first 15 minutes. He just did look very slow. But then I think once he got comfortable, he just didn't even change his pace or anything. It just looked like he was so relaxed. And he would just roll the ball around. He'd have 4 players around him. He'd somehow get himself out of it. I know he's done it. He's been to the Bernabeu, he's been to the Nou Camp. He's done all of that. So I'm sure he's just kind of adjusting to what it's like, and he'll be able to play his own game.
Just before he scored as well, some bloke behind us in K4 was like, get that idiot off the pitch. It was like giving him loads of abuse, and then he goes and curls that in, which was really good. Simon Lyne says, merits of having Horahan in the team or not, struggled with set pieces yesterday without Horahan's delivery. But do you think there's an element of us missing Horahan, because we saw a free kick in the first half? Like,
I mean, you can tell from the corners in the first half. Oh my god, Grealish hasn't properly beaten the first man ever. I remember watching him when we was back in the Premier League previously, and he just never used to beat the first man. It used to be so frustrating. John McGinn just loops them in. They just go up and up and up, and it's...
People were calling for Horahan when, like, in the first half, and it's like when Luiz is playing, they're calling for Horahan. When Horahan's playing, they're calling for Luiz. It's like there's benefits to both. There is, but I'd start Luiz again against Everton. I thought.
Yeah, I thought he controlled the game well.
Yeah, a big talking point as well against Bournemouth was the fullbacks. Neil Taylor had about 2 clear-cut chances that he could have scored. Yeah, God knows how he managed that. But for me, I think it's time for Matt Targett.
Yeah, so I would have... Going into the game, to be honest, I said I would have just swapped Elmo for Gilbert and kept Taylor, because I thought Taylor had a very good game. But it's a different game for Taylor when we're not defending for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
When it's that game,
when we're chasing,
he's a good
game.
player. When we're chasing and we're attacking more, it's a lot more.
And that's no fault of his own.
No, that's just the player he is.
Yeah.
I mean, Elmo looked a lot more comfortable second half. I know his deliveries weren't brilliant or whatever, but he got the ball a lot. I think there's a stat. I think he was the most touched.
He had over 100 touches.
So he looked comfortable floating out on the right hand side. And I mean, he's done that for years and years. But yeah, Taylor struggled a bit, and then he had 2 clear-cut chances. It was a case of if it fell to anyone else, it would have probably scored. But it's one of them. Yeah, I know there's a lot of issues. I don't know what's going on with Gilbert. I seen on Twitter someone asked him if he was injured. He was just like, "No, I'm not injured." So I don't know what's happening there.
I'd keep Elmo and I'd change target.
Yeah, I think especially Everton. They're all attackers, but they've only scored 1 goal in their 2 games.
Yeah.
So they
and
might
we've got
not
to go
be,
for it. Really.
We have to now. Having lost 2 games already, we might as well play target. He's a defender anyway. It'll just give you that extra option going forward.
Any other changes you'd make for Everton? For me, I think I'd keep Trezeguet in there. He was blowing towards the end.
Trezeguet I thought he was probably the best player on the pitch yesterday.
I think El Ghazi coming out for Jota, I think, is a shout. I think if Jota starts the game, I think he makes more of an impact. So for me, I might start Trezeguet and Jota, and then bring in Target.
I think there's got to be a massive mention for Engels yesterday as well. He was brilliant yesterday. He didn't put a foot wrong, I don't think.
Could have scored at the end as well.
Yeah, I know. Could have scored, but yeah, I thought he was brilliant yesterday.
Even though we've conceded 5 in 2, I think the defence has probably been the highlight.
Yeah, I think I'd seen someone put on Twitter there only 2 of them or 1 of them had come from open play, like a decent goal to concede.
Yeah. We've had a penalty, a couple of mistakes.
Yeah, we had a penalty. We had the Kane one. The first Tottenham goal was just pinging round. He just hit it. So it's one of them.
You make your own luck, don't you? But I think we have been fairly unlucky with goals. But hopefully we get rid of that and we'll see. Holly says, thoughts on people saying Grealish is off the pace. He created 6 chances yesterday, more than any Premier League player this season. Feel like he's mixing the game up with Big Wes, freeing him up to get in the box, etc.
I think it's just a case of big clubs any club is just going to look at Villa and think Grealish. So they're going to try and shut him out the game. I mean, I think they did for the first 15, 20 minutes. And once they started to tire, he did grow into the game a little bit. He
sat deep at Tottenham, didn't he? And he found himself on the wing yesterday a little bit. I think I want to see him get forward that little bit more. To get with Wes, around Wes. I know Big Wes is dropping deep. Moving on from the Bournemouth game, we've talked about all that. Like I said, if you haven't watched the video, go and check that out. But now, going to talk about Villa Park. We haven't walked around it yet.
No,
we might do for the Everton game if we've got a bit of time.
On the old square, I think. So
but
have a little nosy round.
Inside, what do you think of like the food place?
It looks a little bit fresher. There's just
more expensive.
Yeah, that's Premier League though for you.
There you go.
£4.60 for a pint is not ideal.
Not a fan.
Even it was 4 at Tottenham as well, and you'd expect more.
More expensive than Tottenham at Villa Park.
Yes.
Bloody hell.
It just looks a bit fresher inside and outside. I mean, even some of the simplest. There was 2. I think there's 2 big flags. Pole mast thingies outside the stairs for the Holt end. I've not been round to let the ticket off and stuff.
We'll do it against Everton.
Yeah,
we'll get on the video. We'll walk around and stuff.
Not too bad at all.
Okay, so next topic is TalkSport hammering Tyrone Mings. Well, I won't say hammering, but they're having a dig, aren't they?
Before we move on, I understand a lot of people hate TalkSport. The 2 lads, the one doing the slaying, I've listened to you a lot in the past. I've never had any issues. They backed Villa a lot in the Championship, I think. But they just like a big club, don't they?
But if you haven't seen the clip about them talking about Tyrone Mings, here he is.
That's as well as Tyrone Mings is going to play. And it was brilliant, by the way. I had people messaging me from work saying, oh, he's got to be called up for England. But he was fantastic. But that's as well as he's going to play. He's put as much into that Premier League debut for Aston Villa as he's going to put into any game this season. So, and I can't...
Well, it was good last season, though, Aid.
In the Championship.
Yeah, but he was good.
In the Championship. It's another level. There's a reason why, and it's not just injuries, why Bournemouth were okay letting him go. So I look at it and I think, yes, he's a very good player. I think they had to sign him. But there's an ability to crumble that we saw on Saturday with Aston Villa that I think will send them down.
This clip came out just after the Tottenham game. I think the presenter says that's as well as he's going to play. How do you know that? It's Tottenham away, Champions League finalists at their own ground. First game of the season.
There was a lot of pressure on him.
And he did well.
He did
so
very well,
how can you say that's as well as he's going to play?
He could do better.
Yeah, he's still 26.
Everyone can do better.
He was good against Bournemouth.
Every week.
Yeah. I don't know how you can say that's as well as he's going to play when you've seen him for 1 game this season against a really good side.
And they probably just saw the highlights anyway.
They also said that Villa have this ability to crumble.
It's annoying. We played Tottenham, for goodness sake. They were always going to score.
And we had the lead until the 70th.
Yeah, we scored early on. We was always just going to sit back and shut up shop. Every team is going to do that at Tottenham, maybe bar Man City and Liverpool.
Yeah.
Every team is going to go there, take the lead, if they do, and just sit back. You saw West Ham there last season. Yes, they didn't crumble, but they scored, and they just shut up shop.
And you can't base us throwing it away at Tottenham and say that's why they're going to get relegated.
Not at all.
No. Right, penultimate topic we're going to talk about is a former player, Glenn Whelan, getting his move to Hearts.
I think a lot of praise.
Yeah, it's a sensible move. I think Hearts fans are pretty happy with that. I had a few messaging me, and I was just saying, he's got 1 year left in him, hasn't he, probably?
Yeah.
So I think
it's a good way to end.
I think, yeah.
League, try something out.
Yeah, I think that's probably his level. He'll have 1 year, maybe 2 at a push. I think it'll be a success for them. But we'll keep an eye out on Mr. Whelan.
Yeah, we'll see what's going on there. My hero.
Last topic is not a happy one, really. No. Chelsea played Liverpool in the Super Cup on Wednesday. Went to penalty shootout. It was a good game, to be fair, but it went to penalties. Chelsea lost. Abraham missed the penalty. We know Tammy Abraham has had his good times with penalty shootouts in the past. West Brom away. But he missed, and I mean, there's been
Twitter went into absolute
Chelsea in the past
meltdown.
We've seen it.
Chelsea walk fine lines anyway with their behaviour on social media and on public transport and whatever else. And Twitter was a disgrace.
I saw some tweets on my timeline. I don't follow these people. It's come about and it's been on my timeline. Some of the abuse, absolutely vile, from people that don't have their faces in their thing, in their profile picture. It's just them being keyboard warriors, and some of the things I've seen were absolutely horrendous. I think there was a news article as well saying that they tracked these people down, and I know I've seen reports that one of the people that racially abused Tammy Abraham had the police call round at his house, and his university had been informed, and his work had been informed. So if he worked for me, that geezer who racially abused Tammy Abraham, I'd sack him if he worked for me.
You shouldn't.
So hopefully he gets kicked out of uni.
There was some people, some of the ones obviously not involved in it, they were saying, oh, why don't we sing a song for him on the 9th minute? And it's like, it shouldn't be the case. We sang his name every 15 minutes last season, if that. We sang it before every game, just because he's any other player to us.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be the case like that.
But it is horrible, and it's Chelsea at the end of the day. And I know it's not all Chelsea fans, of course it's not, but there's always that minority there, and it's
and they'll have that name with them for a very long time now. Not just because of that incident, but they've had 5, 6, 7 instances in the past of it, so it's just one of them unfortunate things, really.
Just before we do end as well, if you want to buy some Luke stuff, we rock it very well, as you can see. Max20 is a discount code, link in the description to the online shop. Use that for 20% off. But if you have enjoyed the video, please do leave a like. I think we hit 1,000 likes on the last sit-down video, so if we can hit that again, that would be massively appreciated.
Answer the poll as well.
Oh yeah, answer the poll up there. Leave your comments on everything we've discussed down there. Go check out all the recent videos. Leave a like on the video, subscribe if you are new.
Wicked.
Up the villa.
See you next week.